proof. How can we be totally sure a chemical change has happened? Well, it turns out there are 4 key observable clues to look for. This is going to be your official toolkit. 4. That's the magic number. You've got to remember it. There are 4 telltale signs, 4 dead giveaways that just scream chemical reaction. Think of them like the fingerprints left behind at the scene of a chemical transformation. All right, here it is, our official detective's toolkit. These are the 4 clues. Number 1, a change in state. And this is important. We're talking about a new substance showing up in a different form, like a solid ribbon turning into a powder. Number 2, a really surprising change in color. 3, the evolution of a gas. You'll see this as fizzing or bubbling. And finally, number 4, a noticeable change in temperature. Okay, let's dig into some case files. So in our first case file, we start with this solid metallic ribbon of magnesium. When you heat it up, it burns with this incredibly bright light and turns into something completely different, a brittle white powder. That's magnesium oxide. A solid ribbon became a powder. That is a definitive sign that a new substance was created. All right, next up, we've got a really visual one. This one is often super surprising, a sudden, unexpected change in color that just seems to appear out of nowhere. So for this one, check this out. We mix 2 liquids that are both totally clear, just like water, but the second they combine, bam, a brilliant, bright yellow solid instantly appears and starts to settle. That yellow stuff just wasn't there a second ago. Its appearance is undeniable proof that a new substance was created. Okay, clue number 3, this one's all about fizzing or bubbling when there shouldn't be any. That's our signal that a gas is being created and is trying to escape the reaction. So for this case, what we do is we drop some solid pieces of zinc metal into sulfuric acid. Almost immediately, you start seeing bubbles streaming to the surface. What is that? That's hydrogen gas, a completely new substance being formed right before your eyes, from a solid and a liquid. And that brings us to our final clue. This is one you can often actually feel. The beaker or container might suddenly get really hot, or maybe even ice cold, all by itself. This is telling us that energy is either being released or sucked in during the chemical change. Let's take this white powder, it's called quicklime, and all we do is add some water. As they mix, the container gets noticeably hot. And you didn't put it on a stove or anything. The reaction itself is generating heat as it creates a brand new substance called slaked lime. That change in temperature, it's a dead giveaway. You know, once a detective solves a case, what do? They write a report to document everything that happened. Well, scientists do the exact same thing, but they use a special, universal language to describe the transformations they just witnessed. And this report has a name. It's called a chemical equation. It's really just an incredibly efficient shorthand that tells any scientist anywhere in the world exactly what you started with. Those are the reactants, and what you ended up with, the products. So here's the key thing. We can describe that magnesium case file in a couple of ways. Over on the left, you can see the story told in plain English. But to be way more precise and universal, scientists use the chemical symbols you see on the right. They both tell the exact same story, but that symbol equation, well, that's the official scientific case report. So there you have it. You're equipped. You've got the 4 telltale clues to spot a chemical